Alright, we should be live now here on YouTube. Just give me a moment to pull up my stream. Go pull this up over here. And fix that. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and switch the scene. We've got tornado warnings popping up left and right over here. These scenes are not fixed, of course, because I just hopped on my computer. My camera ain't on. Hello. I just hopped on my computer here recently. We are under a slight risk. That is correct. And I do want to fix that date very, very quickly. So we've got multiple tornado warnings happening right now. We just had a tornado on the ground momentarily. We had a debris signature out here near Gainesboro, Tennessee. We just had a brief tornado touchdown. You can see that there, southeast of Gainesboro, Tennessee. We had a brief CC signature there. We do have 3 tornado warnings currently active, which is enough for me to warrant a urgent live stream here on the channel. I do want to move my mic closer. So if you are in these warned areas, make sure you're seeking shelter. We've got some areas here in southeastern Kentucky, Corbin, Kentucky, down towards the Honeybee Sawyer area in Kentucky. Make sure you are in your safe spot. Give me just another second here because I want to just get our normal things set up for a live stream. At least have this somewhat together, even though it is a urgent stream. I don't want it to be completely a mess, so I'm going to go ahead and pin this message. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Glad to see everybody tuning in for this urgent stream already. Again, we have multiple tornado warnings currently. And we just got a 4th tornado warning. Just got a 4th tornado warning here. This one's going to be in Livingston. This area of rotation actually has been fairly strong towards Gainesboro in Tennessee. That's the one I've been watching for actually the last about 3 hours or so. We've been monitoring that supercell. If you follow me on Twitter, I've called that out 2 hours in advance, if not more than that. So make sure you are in your safe spot. We'll have that beep come through at any second, and it will interrupt me talking. Hopefully. Hopefully that software works. We ain't had to use it in over a month. I also want to open up another GR2 here. I want to go up to Jackson, Kentucky's radar site. All right, there we go. So not really any strong areas of rotation with either one of these storms. They just have broad regions of rotation in Corbin, Kentucky. This one is a little bit stronger out here southeast of Greenwood, Kentucky. So we will be monitoring those closely. Not going to be able to confirm if those drop a tornado thanks to them being pretty dang far away from any radar sites. So I would not count on our radar being as accurate with that. We'll see though. We will see. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe we will end up with a debris signature on that. Okay, I guess our little beeper thing here didn't work. We'll give it another tornado warning when we eventually see one and see if it ends up working at that point. And I just accidentally closed my YouTube chat. Let me go back over there. I had it in the wrong spot. Alright, so once again, make sure you're in your safe spot. If you're in any of these 4 tornado-warned areas, the primary area we are watching for the greatest tornado threat here is going to be in central eastern Tennessee into southeastern Kentucky. Make sure you guys are in your safe spot right now. Let's see, copy link address, Discord. Got to ping the Discord server. There we go. Lucky's in call. I believe he is currently eating. But I'm not even kidding. I actually believe Lucky is currently eating right now. But we were in a call and then these tornado warnings started to pop off. I mean, we were in a call for like 5 minutes and then this started happening. Okay, I think I've gotten everything together here on my other monitor, so we are good to go. Let's go through these storms here a little bit slower. So this one in Corbin, Kentucky, going towards Gray, Kentucky, Front, Kentucky, Fletcher, Kentucky. You guys all need to be in your safe spot. The area of rotation we are monitoring is this little area of gray and green pixels about right over Corbin right now in Kentucky. Very weak area of rotation, very broad, not really any gate to gate areas of rotation with that. It's a really weak region of rotation. The other one is just to the south of that, out here for Rock Holds in southeastern Kentucky. Quite a bit better organization in terms of rotation with this storm. Also, a very notable mini hook echo here. I feel like this is the portion of the supercell. Like right in here is your embedded supercell going towards Rock Holds in Kentucky over the next couple of minutes. Both of these tornado warnings are active for the next about 20 minutes, 19 minutes now. And then our last two tornado warnings are for this single storm down here in Rickman, Tennessee. So make sure you are in your safe spot. That's Rickman, Tennessee. The Storm Prediction Center just issued a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight Eastern time. We will see that pop up at any moment on this software. They issued a severe thunderstorm watch. That's not a tornado watch. They decided to go for a severe thunderstorm watch. Our tornado threat will be peaking right now as well. This should be the peak activity of our tornadic activity. We do have pretty good ingredients in place. The main kind of bust factor with today's setup was over convection, but we did manage to get this discrete storm out here in between Livingston, Gainsboro, and Baxter in Tennessee. That has allowed it or rather allowed it to become a more sustained supercell and be able to produce about a tornado. I think it's produced one, maybe two tornadoes. We had a potential tornado in Clarksville about 2 hours ago, and then we also had a potential debris signature out here southeast of Gainsboro, Tennessee. So we'll continue to monitor all three of these storms. 4 tornado warnings, 3 storms. This one has 2 tornado warnings on it out here in Tennessee. Again, make sure you're in your safe spot. If you're just now tuning in, make sure you go ahead and share this stream. It's very important we reach the YouTube algorithm with this stream, even though it doesn't have a thumbnail. It's just our basic profile picture as a thumbnail because it is a urgent stream. I was not ready to go live at all. I was not ready to go live one bit. Not ready whatsoever. Let me go back over here really quick. Shoot. I don't have any thumbnail. I can't really do anything. I don't want to take the time to make the thumbnail just yet. So this is still a broad area rotation in Rickman, Tennessee. So make sure you are in your safe spot if you are in Rickman, Tennessee. We could have a tornado touchdown at any moment. We'll see if that gets any tighter here. All right, bear with me. I'm going to just do it really quick. I'm going to make a very, very quick thumbnail because it's better than nothing. So I'm just going to copy this SPC Outlook to the best of my ability. Just very briefly. I'm not going to worry too much about the specific orange area here. Perfect. And then we are really talking about like Kentucky into Tennessee. And thumbnail's done. In between radar scans. Since we have to wait 3 minutes for radar scans to come in anyways, might as well just very quickly do that. Alright, let's see. Let's go back over to Kentucky again. Oh, we're in a radar corrupted zone. So we're going to have to give that more time to get a new scan for that as well. Oh, we just got another scan. So corrupted. we're going into a radar hole. Of course, right as I start stream, we go into a radar hole. What are the chances? Well, actually pretty high because it just happens so frequently here on this channel. Chances are pretty high at this point that we are in radar holes during severe weather events. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and upload that thumbnail. Yeah, it is getting more broad, Caden, you're right. Pretty much all these storms are starting to broad out in rotation, but that could simply be because we're looking higher up in the atmosphere thanks to these storms moving away from our radars. Once they start getting closer to our radar sites, we may see those areas of rotation increase just simply due to the fact that they are getting closer to the radar site. We'll see how that goes. See if it gets any stronger as these storms approach our nearest radar sites. Okay, there we go. And there's that severe thunderstorm watch. They've issued that for portions of southwestern Virginia, portions of extreme eastern Tennessee, and portions of extreme southeastern Kentucky. The probabilities on this severe watch, we'll look at them right here. 20% chance of 2 or more tornadoes, 5% chance one of those is a strong tornado of EF2 or greater strength, 50% chance of 10 or more 60-mile-an-hour wind events, 20% chance one of those is 70 miles per hour, 50% chance of 10 or more 1-inch hail events, and a 20% chance one of those could be around 2-inch in diameter. So overall, the watch is for primarily winds and hail. 1.5-inch hail possible, 70-mile-per-hour winds possible, and a couple tornadoes all possible for about 2 million people here. And this is valid all the way until midnight Eastern time. So again, if you're in Rickman here in Tennessee, make sure you're seeking shelter. We're back down to 3 tornado warnings. One just expired thanks to the storm moving outside of the warned area. So that is good news. We just lost 1 warning there. Go back over to Kentucky's radar site. And this radar isn't even too far away. Just the range folding has gotten closer. You could see it here on this scan. See how that range folding got closer? So, I mean, these storms aren't horrifically far from the radar site. 4,600, 700 feet away. Looking up, I should say. We're about 4,700 feet looking up in the atmosphere from these radar beams. That's not horrifically far. You know, that's still usable data, but for some reason our range folding is just closer than what it normally is. Here's the risk area once again for today. We've got a marginal risk level 1 and a slight risk level 2. Primarily, this is the area we are going to be watching for the rest of the day. If you're in that yellow area you see here, highlighted yellow and black, that includes Knoxville, Morristown, Kingsport in Tennessee, as well as, I don't see any of these areas, Manchester, Jenkins, Kentucky, back towards almost Bristol out there in Virginia and the Tennessee border. Make sure you are weather aware for today. Could have the, or rather you do have the potential for a tornado or 2, damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and potentially hail around or just less than 2-inch in diameter. Our range folding has pushed back. That's good. It's pushed further away now. So that is good news. That's some better radar data here. You can still see we've got a... I think this is really, honestly, more of a miniature supercell here. I really think you've got a very confined mini supercell out in this area near Woodbine, Kentucky. And it's just a broad area of rotation. You can see it's not really any tight regions of rotation here near Rockholds and Woodbine in Kentucky. Just a general area of blues and greens. So that's still rotating at about 50 miles per hour or so. So it it would be enough to produce a tornado. That's why we have a tornado warning on our storm here for these areas. But it's not tight rotation. It's not anything that I believe is going to be able to produce a tornado at any given second. However, again, it is tornado warned, so you do want to be seeking shelter as it could produce a tornado at any moment. Although my personal opinion, it doesn't seem like it is as tight as what it once was. You can see back here when they first warned it, it was much tighter. We had this much more confined area of dark green and blue, whereas now it's gotten a bit more broad. It's still rotating enough for us to keep an eye on it, and it could drop a tornado. But it's not like tight rotation like what we were seeing just a minute ago. Just a couple minutes ago. Same goes for this one here in Bailey's Switch in Kentucky. Again, it's broad rotation. It's not really that tight. You still want to be seeking shelter regardless of what radar shows. If you're in a tornado warning, you need to be seeking shelter. But just to give you some relief here, it doesn't seem like this rotation is as strong as what it once was. Both of these areas of rotation have really weakened with time. We'll also keep an eye on this little tiny supercell here towards, there's no, southeast, or rather southwest of Leatherwood in Kentucky. We could end up getting a warning on this. It's still very broad rotation. You see just a little bit of red and green here. However, this storm was just hooking about 2-3 scans ago. It was starting to hook. So this could end up dropping, or this rather could end up with the potential for a tornado over the next 30 minutes or so. It may have the opportunity for a tornado over the next 30 minutes. Actually, they upgraded that to a Tor Possible Severe. I don't know when they did that, but they indeed upgraded that to a Tor Possible Severe. Let's see. Looks like it was about 6 minutes ago. They upgraded this storm to a Tornado Possible Severe. So what that means is, that means they're monitoring this storm for the potential of a tornado. However, the area rotation doesn't actually warrant that tornado warning criteria. But basically, when you're under a Tor Possible Severe, what you should do is you should stay away from doors and windows and stay close to your safe spot just in case you end up in that tornado warned area. Now, if you're in these red boxes, that means you are in a tornado warning. That means the National Weather Service is monitoring an area capable of producing a tornado at any given moment, so you need to be seeking shelter. That includes Gray and Rockholds, Kentucky, as well as this lone discrete storm towards Rickman and just barely now south of Livingston in Tennessee this time. Those are our main 3 tornado warnings. Now, there are also some severe warnings here that aren't Tor Possible. For instance, this one here, south of Burnside in southeastern Kentucky, is warned for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. That is not a Tor Possible Severe. That should primarily be a damaging wind threat. And same goes for this one. Primarily a hail and damaging wind threat there. And here comes oh, I will take full credit in calling out that tornado warning there. I will take full credit in that. Now you are under a tornado warning if you are out in the Helton area, just to the south and, where was that? Just to the north of Harlan, Kentucky. You are now under that tornado warning. Yes, the beeps work.
Tornado warning for northwestern Harlan County in southeastern Kentucky, southern Leslie County in southeastern Kentucky, southeastern Clay County in southeastern Kentucky, Clay, Harlan, and Leslie County in Kentucky.
Man, back up to 4 tornado warnings out here. Overnight, by the way, we did end up with 2 or 3 tornadoes, maybe even a strong tornado in the overnight hours last night, very early this morning. I just wanted to mention that really quick. I don't believe they've conducted any surveys yet. At least I haven't heard. But we did see, I think it was actually 3 to 4 tornadoes, potentially 1 strong. I know I just said 2 to 3, but if I remember correctly, I think it was actually 3 to 4 tornadoes and potentially 1 strong tornado. Very early this morning, it was like the peak hours of your tornado threat was from about 3 a.m. all the way till 8 or 9 a.m. Eastern. And this here, this little event that we are seeing currently in southeastern Kentucky, into central and northeastern Tennessee, this is due to a overperformance in, I believe, wind shear. I believe wind shear has overperformed. Let me look. Yeah, what is this? I don't even know what I'm looking at, actually. Okay, this is your surface to 1 kilometer helicity is between 150 to 250 meters second squared, I believe it is. I don't know exactly what they go off of here. I've forgotten. It's been a minute. I'm not going to lie. It's been a minute. And the surface to 3 kilometer is between 200 to 300. So basically, plenty of wind shear. We also have about 1,000 to even some local spots greater than 1,000 instability. It looks like primarily it's all 500. Like, we've got a very large area here of 500 instability, and then we have an area of potentially 1,000 or greater instability back out in, like, kind of more southwest of what I drew here. Let me draw this the best I can. So 500 instability goes like this. That's where you have 500 instability in place. And then you have a little pocket of 1,000 instability, maybe even slightly greater than that, back out in like this area right in here. Like that area. Back out in this small region right here. So it looks like this storm here actually has right around 1,000 instability with it, but it's getting more messy. If we look here, compare this storm to what it looked like, what is this, about 40 minutes ago. See how it's much more well-defined? You can see more arcing with it and just overall more supercellular structure with it 50 minutes ago. Now it looks more like kind of your ordinary, rain shower and thunderstorm. It doesn't look as significant or intense here, which is good news. Hopefully it is weakening significantly. Back out here in Kentucky, still under 3 tornado warnings, still under a tornado warning in Rockhold, still under a tornado warning in Hendrick, still under a tornado warning in Helton in Kentucky. So make sure you guys are all seeking shelter. If you guys want to support the live stream, the best way to do so is to share this with your family, friends, social media, as well as hitting that like button so that way we can reach more people with the word of this 2% tornado risk. That just brought me back to 2024 right there. We've got a 2% tornado risk today, and we're seeing multiple tornado warnings. Here comes another one. It's going to be an extension to our one in Tennessee, making it 5 tornado warnings now active and a 2% risk. So that now includes Clark Range, rather, in kind of east central Tennessee. So make sure you are in your safe spot.
Tornado warning for southeastern Overton County in Middle Tennessee, north central Cumberland County in Middle Tennessee, east central Putnam County in Middle Tennessee, southwestern Fentress County in Middle Tennessee, Cumberland, Fentress, Overton, and Putnam County in Tennessee.
All right. Oh, well, this radar is actually... Is this one closer? Because that's kind of giving us a better visual here. 60 miles away. It is closer. Hold on a second. Let's get our other radar site out. Let's do this one here in Morristown, Tennessee. This was kind of giving us a better visual on why they still have these two storms tornado warned. So you can still see we've got a broad area of rotation out here, just barely northeast of Rockholds in southeastern Kentucky. This is a little bit more corrupted, but generally still a broad area of rotation out here near Hendrick in southeastern Kentucky. And then to see our other tornado warning, it is best we switch radar sites to this one which is near Jackson, Kentucky. And still, thankfully, don't see anything significant with that area of rotation, but it appears to still be rotating quite a bit, and it does have a supercellular look to it. You can see it has more of that supercell curvature look to this storm. So it could produce a tornado at any moment. All right, this one in Rockholds has now been canceled. So actually, both of these have been canceled. We're now down to 2 tornado warnings. I wouldn't be so sure that they are going to keep both of those unwarned. If we see even the slightest bit of uptick in either one of these areas of rotation, the National Weather Service will probably reissue those warnings. Because it's not, I mean, these storms aren't fully dead yet. You know, they're still going. Both of them look tornadic to me, and from a reflectivity perspective, I can still clearly see a supercell here and a supercell here. And if you switch to velocity, this one definitely has that area of rotation coming back to it. This one's still pretty broad, but it has still good winds with it, good inflow here. All it takes is a little bit of stronger outbound winds, and it could definitely try and spin up a tornado. And I imagine if those outbound winds increase any more, then they will end up tornado warning that. But till then, they've dropped those tornado warnings. Yeah, here's a bit of a better look once again. You can see this broad area of rotation here, and then that area that is starting to tighten up here in southeastern Kentucky. Both of those are not tornado warned anymore, so you are safe to come out of your safe spot. However, please remain close to your safe spot. Both of these storms have that tornado possible tag. Both of them have a tornado possible tag, so please stay away from doors and windows and stay close to your safe spot just in case the storm re-intensifies and they reissue those tornado warnings. Again, still maintaining a supercellular look with this storm here near Big Laurel in southeastern Kentucky, so that's why that storm is still tornado warned for the next 28 minutes. One out here in Tennessee, the only tornado warning we have out here in Tennessee. Very difficult to see what's happening over here in Crawford, Tennessee, but generally it looks like we've got just a large area of rotation. Can't tell you how tight it is, but it just looks like a very large area. Yeah, a very large area of spin in the atmosphere all over Crawford here in kind of east central Tennessee. So make sure you are in your safe spot still. And remember, this may be a little bit, it may be a little bit stronger. It may be a little bit weaker towards the surface. Let me tell you how high up we're looking here. We are looking about 6,000 feet up in the atmosphere. So velocities closer to the lower levels, say closer to the 1,000 feet in the atmosphere there, may be a little bit weaker. They may be a little bit stronger. We're not too sure. But either way, the National Weather Service has gone with a safe route and just warned this just in case. Which I don't blame them, considering it is a discrete supercell in a relatively quite favorable environment. It is in a quite favorable environment. Let me do this. Why haven't I done this? Boom. What am I doing? Boom. And boom. There you go. Now you're able to see it better here. That actually might have made this one worse. So yeah, this one, that made these radars better. Sometimes it makes it worse, sometimes it makes it better. So you can see we have these inbound winds going like this towards the radar, and then winds going away from the radar, and that's allowing for an area of rotation. See if every last one of them ends up like that. This area is getting pretty strong, but it may be corruption. Not too certain on that. Yeah, I mean, all of them have winds here. See them going towards the radar, away from the radar. They all look pretty good. All these severe storms here, with the exception of that one for damaging winds back here, they all look pretty good. These two are still pretty weak, and here comes a tornado
warning for West Central Harlan County in
Good job,
southeastern
National
Kentucky,
Weather Service.
northeastern
Good job.
Bell County in southeastern Kentucky, east central Knox County in southeastern Kentucky,
It's a good National Weather
southwestern
Service
Leslie
right there.
County in southeastern Kentucky, southeastern Clay County in southeastern Kentucky, Bell, Clay, Harlan, Knox, and Leslie County in Kentucky.
So you see that? The National Weather Service meteorologist out there, I told you if it increased in outbound winds, they would probably issue a warning. And it did, and they issued it. So there you go. You're now back under a tornado warning out here in these regions, going as far east as Beverly in southeastern Kentucky. That was a good warning. Good job on the National Weather Service there, because that area seems to be getting tighter on velocity. So not shocked they warned that. That was a good call to issue that tornado warning. So we're back up to 3 tornado warnings here. We've got one out here in... I'm going to start calling this northeastern Tennessee. I feel like this is almost to northeastern Tennessee in my book. You have central Tennessee is generally right in here. Northeastern Tennessee, southeastern Tennessee, northwestern, and then southwestern. So I feel like this is almost in northeastern Tennessee, so I will just call this northeast Tennessee for now. That way I don't have to say east central Tennessee. So we've got this tornado warning in northeastern Tennessee going into Grimsley and Clark Range, as well as Hanging Limb. Wow, that's the name right there. In northeastern Tennessee, so make sure you are in your safe spot. Wow. What are up with some of these names? We've got a pretty strong area of rotation near Flat Lick, just north of Flat Lick, Kentucky. So make sure you are in your safe spot as well. What are some of these town names, man? Yeah, this area still seems like it's breaking apart, so that's good. Flat Lick. You can see that, right? Flat Lick, Kentucky is under a tornado warning right now, so make sure you're seeking shelter. And, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to tell you if that's a debris signature or not. It's too far from the radar. Now, if it deepens some and it shows up on both of the radars, then I would get more confidence, but right now it's only showing up on one of those radars, and it doesn't even line up that well. All right, let's go back on over here. I'm just waiting for Lucky to get back here. He doesn't know that I'm live. Most likely, he doesn't know that I'm live. So I'm just waiting for him to literally get back and start talking about, like, Roblox or something. Talk about some game he wants to play. I don't know. And I'm over here live streaming. It's gonna happen. Let me go to Radar Omega really quick. Okay. So I have these as like orange-ish. There we go. And then my severe thunderstorm warnings are yellowish. Trying to customize weather-wise so that way I can start using weather-wise more often. Alright, I do want to quickly go back to our analysis radar. I want to talk about that little indent there. That's not a little indent anymore. So this is becoming like a full-fledged supercell now. A much larger supercell. You can see that really large area of your hook echo and how that hook echo forms. And here comes another tornado warning. I'll explain that in just a second. I don't know where this is, so we're going to find out together. I don't see it.
Tornado
right there.
warning for northwestern Morgan County in East Tennessee, Morgan County in Tennessee.
I'm guessing this is a different NWS now. So if we look here, the National Weather Service in Nashville, and this one is the National Weather Service in Morristown. So there you go. We switched National Weather Service jurisdictions. All right, let's explain that again. So the reason why we have a hook echo here, wrong radar site. So you see these outbound winds? Those are winds going away from the radar site. Always take note of where your radar site is located. Our radar site is up here in Jackson, Kentucky. So outbound winds are going this way. So you've got outbounds like this and inbounds like this. So what's happening is your outbound winds are pushing on this part of the storm. They're pushing on this portion of the storm, allowing for it to take that more bowing shape. But you have inflow winds like this, which that's allowing for it to notch. And essentially that area of notching here, which we call a hook echo, is going to be where your storm is rotating. You've got those winds, like I said, pushing it, and then winds also going into it like this, and that's allowing for that hook to become more prominent. It does look like we lost that hook shape a bit more, and you can see our velocities have correlatedly weakened with that area of hook echo starting to become more outflow dominant like. And my bet would be that's because we have a storm to its southwest. That's why the National Weather Service, or rather the Storm Prediction Center, didn't issue a 5% tornado risk today, because there was, we were expecting so much convection like we're seeing now, to the point where they really didn't think we'd have much more than a opportunity for a spin-up tornado. But instead, these storms have managed to stay somewhat semi-discreet enough to be able to rotate and produce these tornado warnings. So if this storm continues to move slightly more to the southeast, whilst this one moves southeast, they're going to merge, and probably, fingers crossed, that will weaken our overall tornado threat and lower our tornado threat in southeastern Kentucky. Can't really tell what's happening with that one. I mean, you can still see they're broad, right? These areas of rotation are broad, but they're not as gate to gate as what they originally were when they first warranted those tornado warnings. This one might be strengthening a bit, but it's so hard to tell because our radar site is far away. So it's really difficult to tell. This is incorrect. Oh, no, this is correct. Never mind. So in this case, our red and greens are flopped. See how your outbound winds? So if we kind of did the same mentality as the storms in southeast Kentucky, which we're looking at now from our other radar site, these outbound winds would be going this way, right? And your inbounds would be going this way. And all of a sudden, look, it looks like it's an anticyclonic area of rotation. However, like I said, note where your radar site is. Your radar site is out here in Morristown. So they have flipped. Your outbound winds are now going this way, and inbound winds are now going this way because we have moved radar site locations. So always take note of that radar site, because if you don't know where your radar site is, velocities are going to be very tricky for you. CC would confirm if a tornado was on the ground. I don't think there's a tornado on the ground anywhere at the moment. However, that's almost impossible to tell because it's very frequent that we see tornadoes, very weak tornadoes that don't loft up much debris, and therefore CC doesn't show up on your correlation coefficient, and it still produced a tornado, but for instance, it really didn't do much damage. So it doesn't always mean, just because there's not CC doesn't mean there's not a tornado. Now, in order for there to be a strong tornado, there's a very high likelihood you're going to see a very dark blue ball of correlation coefficient. But for these little areas of rotation that are relatively on the weaker side, and the fact that they are up into the mountains as well, that means they're most likely going to be very weak. They're probably going to just barely be able to tear up some trees. And that's probably not going to show up on your correlation coefficient really at all. You also got to note that this radar site is far. We are pretty far. We're about 59-ish miles away from our radar site. So that means we're about 4,000 feet up in the atmosphere that we are looking at with these radar beams. So in order to see debris, this storm would have to produce a tornado that is strong enough to loft debris 4,000 feet up in the atmosphere. Then we would start seeing it on CC, which is correlation coefficient. This is actually a hail spike right here. This is a hail spike, so we're probably seeing around an inch in diameter hail just to the northwest of Field, Kentucky. Let's see here. Yeah, strong tornado is possible. Matter of fact, we almost had one just before I started the live stream out of this storm here in Tennessee. Or this is the one in Kentucky, my bad. This storm here in Tennessee, it almost produced a strong tornado, but I don't think the CC was as defined to be called a strong tornado. So here, you can see we had an area of rotation of about 110 miles per hour and a debris signature correlating with that, as well as a spectrum width drop, or rather, spectrum width was present. And then for your ZDR, we didn't really have much of a ZDR drop there. But overall, we might have had a strong, or rather, we could have a strong tornado threat today, just sheerly because we already know storms are capable of producing this tight of an area of rotation. So if this storm can become discrete again and recycle, it will be able to have an opportunity to produce a brief, strong tornado today. And originally, I did call this a strong tornado on Twitter, but then I deleted it because the CC ended up breaking apart. But that area of rotation is strong enough, or rather was, because this is an old scan, it was strong enough to produce a strong EF2 plus tornado. But I believe it just probably hit some trees out here and then lifted relatively quick. Welcome back, Lucky.
Good morning.
Till these tornado warnings slow down. There's 4 of them right now.
All right.
I figured you went to eat, so why not just start up a stream?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it too, so that was pretty good.
Good morning, Lucky. Yeah, he just finished eating and woke up from his nap.
Yeah. All right.
These will probably break up pretty soon, Lucky. Our tornado threat's like peaking.
All right.
It's been peaking for the last hour.
Now, can you mute me for like literally 10 seconds?
Okay, go ahead. Dude. Oh yeah, I'll stay up. Also, guys, I do want to mention I'm probably still going to do a live stream tomorrow. I know I said either Thursday or Friday, but this kind of wasn't a planned live stream. So we'll still be live tomorrow for our winter storm threat. And then actually, I'm not going to say exactly why, but all of my plans on Saturday were canceled. So I am going to be able to stream our winter storm threat as it happens on Saturday. So I will be here Saturday. Probably won't start up our stream until a little bit later on Saturday, considering our peak snowstorm threat will be... Our peak snowstorm will be starting at about 5 p.m. on Saturday. So we probably won't start until 6 p.m. Saturday and then just cover, 2 hours or so. I don't want to say anything longer than that because I'm not a big winter weather enthusiast. Let's see. Let's go back over to... That area of rotation is beginning to strengthen yet again near a Rose in Field, Kentucky. Lucky, I found one of the weirdest town names I've seen in Kentucky, and that's really saying something. Guess what it's called?
Oh, yes? Sound not Lucky?
No, that's a normal one. It's called... Nope, it's called Flat Lick.
Whoa.
Flat Lick. I don't know who named that town.
Can you mute me?
Go ahead. Yeah. But that's one of the weirdest town names I think I've seen in Kentucky. Dude. Can I unmute you?
Yeah.
Okay.
For now, obviously.
All right, we're back down to just technically 2 tornado warnings, but also technically 3. We've got 2 storms, 3 tornado warnings. This one has 2 because it is on the edge of both National Weather Service jurisdictions between Nashville and Morrisville. Is this Morrisville or Morristown rather? So Nashville, Morristown. This warning is from Nashville, National Weather Service. This one is from Morristown, National Weather Service. That's why we have 2 warnings on that one storm. And then we have 1 warning still on this one in southeastern Kentucky from the National Weather Service in, it started with a J, but I'm going to have to go to Radar Omega to see it. National Weather Service in Jackson, Kentucky. They did also cancel our tornado warning out here for areas northeast of Helton in southeastern Kentucky. That cell has really broken apart. You can see how it used to have this good miniature supercell look to it, and now it's more of just a blob, right? It still might have some of that curvature with it, but generally that hook echo, or what was a hook echo, has started to die out. Same goes for velocities as well. Flat Lick, you're about to be hit by a pretty strong storm here, yet again, a second one. This storm is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and 1-inch hail. It also has the opportunity to produce a tornado. It has a TOR possible tag, so it is best to be indoors, away from doors and windows, and close to your safe spot just in case a new tornado warning comes in for your area. And if you do get under another tornado warning, I think that would be your second one of the day. Yeah, that would be the second one of the day if they end up tornado warning this storm, which the area of rotation is trying to increase. You can see here, those green and reds. If I do one scan ago, they were broken apart. And the newest scan, they've started to get a little bit closer to each other here. So it's trying to strengthen. They just updated that warning. It is still warned for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, and a tornado possible tag. It still has all the warnings with it, or all the hazards. There you go. Also going to keep an eye on this little area of rotation. It's on the northern side of a outflow dominant cell. It could begin to rotate. You see right here. So it has a line, and then we have an indent, and then it keeps on going with part of a line, right? That's what we look for in QLCS tornado setups, derechos, squall lines, anything that revolves a line. We look for these little indents where winds could be flowing into the storm. And in this case, if we switch over to velocities, you can see there's indeed an area of green going into our region of outbound red winds here. So we probably have some weak rotation. I don't know if it's enough to warrant a warning yet. The National Weather Service will most likely monitor that. They'll be the ones to make that call. But generally, we will just keep an eye on that. You can see it's getting tighter every scan so far. That area of rotation has begun to get tighter. So you can see how those green winds begin to wrap around your cell like this. And now they're starting to get really close to those outbound winds, trying to strengthen and rotate. So keep an eye on that. Also, maybe a little hook echo feature, maybe. You can kind of draw out possibly an embedded supercell. Not really, but you can kind of see that little notching that's happening right here. So maybe a little hook echo there. That's near Hotspot in southeastern Kentucky. Wow, damage reports here. Multiple power flashes in Crawford community. Let's go back over to here. Nope, not that one. Here. Nope, not that one. The last radar site. And I want to see if those reports may overlay with debris signatures. Nah. So that could actually have been from the RFD of your tornado. That's your rear flank downdraft portion of the tornado. That's another one. Scattered debris. Interesting. I feel like that's associated with the RFD here. But in this case, your RFD is not that far south. That's really far south, like very far south. For when this report was, which was on this scan here, your RFD is located in this portion of the storm. Maybe, I don't know what that could have been. I don't know what that could have been associated with, because your main RFD is always right in here. It's in the main notching area of your hook echo and or your inflow, which it's typically both. So we'll see. I'm a little interested in that report because I don't really know what could have caused that. My second thought is like a gust front or an outflow boundary associated with this storm, but I don't think I see that. I don't really see that present. A new severe thunderstorm warning up here in southeastern Kentucky for possible 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. You can see this stuff starting to get a lot more messy, right? It's becoming a lot more clustery, messy, partially linear of a mode. So that's going to significantly decrease your overall tornado threat. So we're most likely exiting that peak window of tornado activity. And this region of rotation we were watching near hotspot, it's still trying, but it's not as gate to gate anymore. See how these, again, I'll explain this. So your inbound winds were going like this last frame. They were starting to aim into your storm, right? Going into your storm, feeding it some ingredients and increasing overall rotation. Now your winds are more like this. They're not really going into your outbounds anymore. Now they're really not going into your outbounds anymore. You can see they're going like this, and your outbound winds are going like this. So they're even less area of rotation, and that is very, very common with outflow dominant storms. And you know what that means? That means it is outflow dominant. You guessed it. That means these outflow winds are more dominant. So that's probably going to result in this thing being more of a damaging wind threat, small hail threat. Still won't rule out a brief tornado. They did actually put a possible tag on this now. They just upgraded that to a possible severe. But overall, probably beginning to decrease the overall tornado threat in all of these storms. The only storm that may be able to survive for hours to come here, the new HRRR00Z, actually has this surviving all the way until, get this, Charlotte, North Carolina at 2 a.m. Eastern time. That is what, like 6 hours away? 5 hours away? About 5 hours away from now is when the HRRR has this storm dying out. So, according to the HRRR, this sucker is going to make it all the way till about Charlotte before it begins to die out. I don't know if the environment is supportive for that, going that far to the southeast. But it is a discrete storm, so I honestly wouldn't be too shocked if it survives all the way till Charlotte. However, I will say this, the primary tornado threat with this storm will end probably, let's see, let me count this. So that's 7 o'clock there, 7, 8, 9, 10. The primary tornado threat will be over in about 2 hours with this discrete storm. So we'll see if it can get its act back together, but right now it's still messy. It's still messy, and it is officially our only tornado warning left. We are now down to just one tornado warning yet again. The new SPC, or the SPC rather, just issued a new outlook. They have stuck with a large 2% tornado risk over the remnants of our thunderstorms out here. Decently large, 5% in the green and 15% in the yellow area for large hail up to 2 inch in diameter, and have also stuck with a 5% in the green, 15% in the yellow for the opportunity of up to 70-mile-per-hour winds possible today and into the overnight hours. The main threat, like I said, though, will die off at 10. Like after 10 p.m., your tornado threat is going to be very low. We still have that tornado warning for 15 more minutes. Still some decent storms here in Kentucky that are trying to rotate. Not sure if any of them are actually going to be able to succeed and keep an area of rotation. That's why just a lot of these storms here, tour possible, tour possible, tour possible. 3 out of the 4 severes are tour possible out here in Kentucky. In terms of like confirmed tornadoes, confirmed from the National Weather Service, we've only had 1. However, we had at least 1 debris signature throughout this quick 1-hour event. And then we also had a couple more debris signatures earlier this morning around between the 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. or 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. time frame. The National Weather Service will go out tomorrow and survey to see if any of those, or rather to confirm if any of those were tornadoes, or if it was just faulty debris signatures on radar, which we've had some very convincing debris signatures before. Personally, I think we've seen about 3 or 4 tornadoes overall today, with probably a strong tornado very early this morning. But that's up to the National Weather Service to confirm. Go out and survey exactly how much we've seen, how many tornadoes we've seen, rather. And in terms of severe weather threats in the future, just to give you guys an update in severe weather terms here, we're still monitoring Tuesday, February 11th for the potential of tornadoes in portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. And we are also still monitoring Thursday for the potential of tornadoes in the same exact states going into next week. So we're still watching 2 days for severe weather opportunities going into next week. Neither of them look significant. Both of them look to be minimal severe weather activity due to a lack of a proper trough ejection. Both of our severe weather threats will probably be from embedded short waves. Today's threat was very weird. It was a weird setup, man. This threat came from a positively tilted trough ejection in Wisconsin and Canada. That's how high up your trough ejection is, how far north. Let me show you. I'll just show you. I'll show you your whole trough here with your meso-analysis, nationwide view, 500 millibar analysis at 8 p.m. And here you go. Let me zoom that in a bit for you. So there's your 500 millibar jet stream. You can see there's your big belt of flow, and you've got a relatively positive to more. That's pretty much full positive tilt there. So pretty weird how your threat came from such a positive tilt trough. We now have a strong... Oh, wow. We've got a strong tornado ongoing in Tennessee now. Oh, my goodness. It is breaking velocity. Okay, that one is too far now. So let me go ahead and show that. We've got a strong tornado breaking velocity here. That is likely well over 100-mile-an-hour rotation. We're going to go ahead and 4-panel this. And here comes that probably confirmed tornado warning. Let's hope it's confirmed. Yikes! Very strong tornado ongoing near Sunbright, Tennessee right now.
Tornado warning for southwestern Harlan County in southeastern Kentucky,
That's Kentucky.
northeastern Bell County in southeastern Kentucky, south central Leslie County in southeastern Kentucky, Bell, Harlan, and Leslie County in Kentucky.
Okay, that's actually a very strong area of rotation beginning in Kentucky now, going towards Harlan. So make sure if you're in Harlan, Kentucky, you run to your safe spot now. Pretty strong area of rotation starting up there.
Tornado warning for central Morgan County in East Tennessee, southwestern Anderson County in East Tennessee,
Okay,
northeastern Rowan
Morristown,
County
we
in
got to
East
do a little
Tennessee,
better here.
south central Scott County in East Tennessee, Anderson, Morgan, Rowan, and Scott County in Tennessee.
This is not radar indicated rotation anymore. This is an ongoing strong tornado. They definitely should have gone with probably borderline, if not PDS, with that warning there. At least confirmed. At least confirmed. But that CC drop is borderline PDS warning. Lofting debris 8,000 feet up in the atmosphere. It might have actually lifted by now. We'll give it more scans. But that is a tornado lofting debris 8,000 feet up in the atmosphere. So we're going to continue to watch that very, very closely. We've still got a intense, very intense area of rotation here. So intense that the velocities have actually corrupted on the inbound side of things. Outbound, I can't tell you if those are really strong or not. Well, there you go. Let me just go ahead and do this. Take another screenshot of that. There we go. So make sure you're in your safe spot. Tornado may still be ongoing. That's probably a lot of fallout. If I had to guess, that's probably not a tornado ongoing anymore. Most likely it is fallout. Okay, now we got a new scan. I'm not going to tweet again. I just did 2 tweets back to back right there, both scans. I want to take this radar and get rid of it. And I want to go to this this radar. Still a strong area of rotation in going towards Wallens Creek and South Wallens as well in southeastern Kentucky. Switching gears back over to Tennessee. Most likely that strong tornado has lifted. Well, okay, I'm going to go ahead and tweet that as well. Sun Bright, Tennessee. There we go. Now watch the next scan it touch back down. So make sure you're still in your safe spot if you're in these tornado. If you're in this tornado warning here. Let's go back and see. Thankfully, it looks like that's mainly all trees. Hopefully, I can't tell. But hopefully, this is just trees here. Come on, higher resolution, please. Come on, GR2. Speed up, will ya? Oh, nope. Definitely see a house there. Well, let's hope that this tornado was small enough to miss that house. I see a couple homes here. Couple homes. Hopefully everybody is okay. The National Weather Service gave that area plenty of heads up. Plenty of heads up. The National Weather Service in Morristown, Tennessee gave that area about a 30 to 35 minute heads up. And this is now a confirmed tornado warning. Now a confirmed tornado warning. Oop, gotta fix the date. There we go. Perfect. Just briefly, I want to check this one. Okay. I haven't had to mess with these scenes in over a month. Like, it's literally been a month, I believe, since we've last used this confirmed scene. So make sure you're in your safe spot still. Maybe on the ground, that area. We'll see if this area of CC gets any deeper on the next scan. That might still be now a weak tornado as opposed to a strong tornado ongoing. Well, Indiana, you said, do I really believe a strong tornado will be possible? There you go. There you go. Yes. Yes, a strong tornado was indeed possible. And we saw it. Hopefully over mainly a wooded area. I really hope it missed those trailer homes. That would definitely be a worst case scenario if it hit those trailer homes at peak intensity. Any larger? I'm not convinced that's on the ground anymore. But it is a confirmed warning, so the National Weather Service believes that a tornado is still ongoing just to the north and west of Wartburg in northeastern Tennessee. This area of rotation towards Harlan rapidly weakened, thankfully. It really, really rapidly weakened. Trying to see if it had any debris signature on it that we may have missed. Don't see it. That's good. This is probably going to strengthen and attempt to drop another tornado in the next 10 minutes, somewhere barely north of Wartburg in northeastern Tennessee. We go over to southeastern Kentucky. Still pretty weak here. No notable areas of rotation. We'll watch that one towards Whitesburg in Kentucky, going towards Pound, Virginia, southwestern Virginia, southeastern Kentucky. What was the most random thing ever? If you're saying this producing a strong tornado was random, no, I called that out. I called that out. It's not random because I knew the environment was favorable for it, and I told you all it would take is for it to cycle. And it did. So, not random to me. Now, if you told me this morning I'd be seeing potentially 2 strong tornadoes today, no, wouldn't believe you. I mean, for instance, this morning's 13Z HRRR, which in my opinion's 12Z, 13Z HRRR, morning of the event are the most active, or rather, I said active, most accurate 12Z, 13Z HRRR, most accurate HRRR day of the event. And what time are we at? We are at 01Z. Yeah, it had a supercell east of Nashville at this time, but it was in like Lebanon, so it's like a whole 90 miles. HRRR was a whole 90 miles too far east, or too far west rather. All right, back over to our radar site here. There's still fallout that may just be turning into normal CC now. But what an intense debris signature right there. I mean, we might have even seen this thing lift debris as high up as 12,000. Perhaps, please, fingers crossed. Oh, what? We actually got a scan on this. See that blue? I'm not gonna lie, that actually goes as high as almost, let's see, 10,000, 15,000. I would say that's borderline 18,000 feet up for debris being lofted up in the atmosphere there. Borderline 15,000 to 18,000. I'd say between, yeah. I really wouldn't say anything more than 15,000 here. I feel like anything higher than that's corruption, in my opinion. I don't really feel like the atmosphere is capable of producing a tornado to that magnitude today. But according to this, we might have seen debris lofted about 15,000 feet up. Like I said, I really wouldn't go any higher than that. Can we calculate the VROT here? Stupid data corruption, man. Not going to be able to, man. We're left with one tornado warning, and it is this confirmed tornado warning still in Wartburg, in northeastern Tennessee. It is confirmed, which means the National Weather Service believes it is a tornado ongoing. However, the debris signature has lifted, and overall it doesn't appear like it is on the ground, but they still have that observed. And a storm chaser just confirmed a tornado is still ongoing north of Wartburg. 4 minutes ago now. 8:28 p.m. Eastern. So there you go. All right, I'm still going to monitor this here for a bit longer. We'll give it another cell cycle, so a couple more minutes. And see if this might be able to produce another tornado shortly. But I do think we are getting towards the tail end of our live stream here, so if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, share the stream. That way we can reach more people with the word of this tornado threat. I'll go over what may happen tonight in just a couple minutes. I'd like to wait for the 01Z ARRR to render in, but I think that will be another 30 minutes to maybe even 40. Not sure if I'm going to be here that long. But there you go. The surprise borderline tornado outbreak. Not really. 6+ tornadoes is a tornado outbreak. I count 1, 2, 3. This singular, like 2 hours of tornadic activity probably produced 3 tornadoes, maybe 4. And then this morning we probably had about 3 or 4. So overall, we probably saw a tornado outbreak today. However, it was technically 2 separate events because we had your morning event and then your evening to nighttime event. So personally, me, after I'm done this live stream, I'm not going to call it a tornado outbreak. I'll put it the title will probably be the February 6th, 2025 2% strong tornado as it happened. There you go. There's our full title. My first post made about this supercell potentially producing a tornado, I talked about it 3 hours ago was my first mention of it. So about 4:30. Around like 4:30. Actually, no. 4:48. Duh, you can see the exact time. 4:48. So almost 4 hours ago. Oh. So basically you took one look at the HRRR and went, ooh, strong tornado, right? And even if you did that, which you probably did knowing you, that would be wrong because the HRRR said that we would be having a strong tornado ongoing, a strong tornado threat potentially ongoing between 23Z and 00Z. And if you look, 23Z, nothing, all the way till 0Z, right here, right at 2356. 2356Z is when it got tornado warned. I would go look at your tweet, but then again, I can't. Let's see. Do you see the new MCD graphic with the peak winds, hail size, and tornado strength? I did. I did. I did indeed see that. I'm not too sure how I feel about it, honestly, but more information's better, so I think it's better. The only thing, honestly, I gotta be honest, the only thing I'm not a fan of is how they kind of like limit Mother Nature's potential, right? For instance, if we go to the National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center here, the MCD they released today said we could see a tornado between intensity of 100, peak intensity between 100 to 130 miles per hour. So I get why they did it. It's honestly pretty cool, to be honest with you. Like I said, more information, the better. So I give it like a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. I like it. The only thing I don't like about it, though, like I said, is that it kind of implies Mother Nature's greatest tornado strength for a given day. But I will tell you one thing, that's going to be ridiculous to see on higher end days. For instance, if there's a high risk with a 45 sig tor, it would be ridiculous to see what tornado intensity they would say is peak, right? Like say the biggest and the biggest and best environment that we have seen since 2011, and it's a 45 sig tor. What would they say is the peak intensity possible for a high-end tornado on that said day? Like, are we talking 210, 215, 220 even? So that's where I see like a little bit of flaws coming in with it. But overall, like I said, it's good, okay? It's the National Weather Service. They're adding more products. I'm not going to complain. I'm really not going to complain. I'm really not. I think it's a good addition. Still a confirmed tornado warning, unless my software is bugging. Nope, 6 minutes left on that. We're probably going to call it here in 10 minutes, to be honest with you. This is an urgent live stream, so now that we're down to just one warning here, they'll extend it, so we'll be here for them to probably end up extending it, and then we'll conclude here shortly. The greatest opportunity for a tornado by far is going to exist with this area here. If things really start popping off again, I'll come back. I don't know, because these might actually get tornado warned right after we end. Something's gonna get tornado warned right after we end. I bet you. Something will be warned right after we end the stream. These don't look tornadic anymore. But these down here... I wouldn't be so sure that we're ending in 10 minutes, actually. Because this area is starting to strengthen. This area is getting really strong. It's looking pretty good. You've got outbound winds like this, inbound winds like this. That actually could end up being tornado warned soon. And then this cell here, you can see it already is starting to get a curvature with it.
Tornado warning for
Okay, that's
southeastern Morgan County in East Tennessee, Anderson County in East Tennessee, northwestern Knox County in East Tennessee, northeastern Rowan County in East Tennessee, southern Scott County in East Tennessee, Anderson, Knox, Morgan, Rowan, and Scott County in Tennessee.
That's not another warning for a different storm. So that is an extension to our currently confirmed tornado warning, but in 5 minutes, it will be downgraded to a radar indicated warning. So that was an extension for this storm, now a radar indicated tornado warning extension into Clinton, Tennessee. Partially forgot what state we were in, not gonna lie. Hopefully we continue to see that weakening trend with both of these storms. But, I mean, you could see, look at that. You've got pretty good inflow going in this way for this cell here. And it's starting to look more like a southern tail end miniature supercell. This, I kind of feel like velocities are a little bit wrong here. Because you can see there's more of a bowing outflow dominant shape to this cell here. So I kind of am a little skeptical on those velocities actually being legitimate. And thankfully, this storm isn't strengthening much at the moment, rotation-wise. So we'll continue to monitor this storm. That's currently a confirmed tornado warning for 3 minutes. Extension was just issued for a radar-indicated tornado warning. This is the area rotation we're watching, currently about a couple miles northwest of Oliver Springs in northeastern Tennessee, moving to the southeast, and eventually will approach Knoxville. Knoxville, Tennessee will be in the threat for a tornado in about an hour. Right around an hour from now. 30 minutes until the tornado warning expires, so I'd say this is going to be in Knoxville in an hour, maybe even a little bit less than that. But if it becomes tornadic, or rather if it maintains tornadic status here, Knoxville will probably end up with a tornado warning in about 30 minutes. And that is Knoxville, Tennessee. Let me go check this here again. Tornado warning, and it is going to be on this storm up here in Harlan. South of Harlan. Ta-da! Called that one out. So there you go. New tornado warning.
Tornado warning for southwestern Harlan County in southeastern Kentucky, Harlan County in Kentucky.
So we just got a new tornado warning again. You can hear there, it's just south of Harlan, Kentucky under that tornado warning. So Cawood is under the tornado warning in southeastern Kentucky. We're now right back up to 3 tornado warnings. Right back up to 3 tornado warnings. Let me go check here again. Okay. Trying to keep an eye on all of these storms here. Go on our analysis radar. Huh. I need another scan on that before I say my thoughts. DRG, every time you mention the word end, we keep getting more tornado warnings. Yeah, that's how it is. That is how it is. Lucky you alive.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to hold you here. If you got something you want to do, you go ahead.
No, I'm just chilling here. I ain't got nothing better to do.
My apologies, man, but I
No,
mean,
you're good. No, don't be sorry, bro. You're fine.
kind of got to track this stuff here.
Oh, you're good. It's yeah. You,
I think I
you
woke Lucky up from his nap. You hear that?
nah, bro. I'm just chilling here, doing what I do best.
Falling asleep.
Scroll, scroll and listen to music. So
Oh.
don't be sorry. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Well, I was gonna end in 4 minutes, but then we got another tornado warning. How it always is.
It's all good.
Keep Lucky here.
I didn't say I was leaving.
I gotta keep him up. He can't go to sleep early tonight, anyways. So
I mean, technically I can. Oh,
you
well,
wouldn't.
can you mute me real quick? I do want to tell you.
Go ahead. You're muted. Yep. Oh. Man. Still see a little air of rotation here north of Oliver Springs, but this storm looks to be weakening, y'all. Hopefully that continues. Oh, I'm going to have to unmute you because we got a new tornado warning happening.
You're good. I'm done now.
And this one's going to be an extension into Jonesville.
Tornado warning for
Jonesville.
South Central Lee County in southwestern Virginia, Lee County in Virginia.
Southwestern Virginia. Didn't think I'd be tracking there today, but here we are. Jonesville, Virginia is now under a tornado warning. I don't even consider this Virginia. I'm sorry, but in my mind, this part of Virginia does not exist. That's Kentucky in my head. I've been to Withville, Pulaski. Me and Lucky went there storm chasing. Hillsville, been there, been there, been there. Live there, been there, been there. I've been all over the place over here. Been all over the place here near my neck of the woods. But sorry, Proxy, if you're watching, your portion of Virginia, in my mind, is Kentucky. I think it's like right here, that area, those counties. So, county line between Marion and Withville. In my mind, that is Kentucky. Nope, it's Virginia. This right here, this is Virginia. That area I've just outlined in a weird-looking shape is Virginia. I'm never gonna go there, Proxy. Sorry. I mean, I don't think you'll ever catch me going out that way. That is too far into the Appalachians. That's way too far into the Appalachians for me. Even Hillsville and Independence, even that is very mountainous. Lucky knows. We went through Stewart, and that thing was that town was very, very much in the mountains. So I can't imagine how it is like out towards where you are.
I almost got car sick, bro. And I don't get car sick.
So I mean, If there's like something crazy happening out here, I would go, but it would have to be like above and beyond crazy for me to go in this portion of Virginia. You know what? Something that just
Oh,
popped into my mind on why I would go through this portion of Virginia. Bristol, Tennessee for the NASCAR race. That would get me to travel through this portion of Virginia.
yeah, that would. Yeah, I'd walk there. Save me some money. Actually, no, I don't
I
think I would
wouldn't
save money.
know. I don't think you realize how far that is. Dude, you would be walking for the rest of the year.
Bro, just give me a bike and I'll be there in about a month.
A month. Dude.
I'll make it in time for the race.
Dude, I don't think you realize that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, both of these tornado warnings, by the way, y'all. Of course, you need to be seeking shelter, but both of them are on the weaker side. In my opinion, they're both on the weaker side here. Neither one of them is really immediately interesting me. This, thank goodness, is finally being hit by a cluster of thunderstorms to the southwest. This should hopefully completely kill this supercell overall, and hopefully we will not have to deal with it for the rest of the day. That would be awesome. Fingers crossed this is the end of this supercell's lifespan. Now this storm up here in Smith, it's not going to last that long. It's becoming so embedded. I mean, this is not... I'm really surprised they extended that tornado warning, to be honest with you. The little tiny area of rotation we have in Smith is moving like this. And I mean, it's like 10 mile an hour rotation. Okay, never mind. It's 40. It is actually 40 mile an hour rotation. A little bit more than what I thought. But point being is it's very embedded inside of a line, and I doubt it's really going to be... I doubt it's going to be capable of producing a tornado for much longer. Even though they did expand that warning for another whole entire 38 minutes. That is a long duration tornado warning for a storm that, in my opinion, is barely hanging on to rotating. Barely hanging on to rotation, I think would have been proper grammar there. Shit, I'm not in high school anymore. Don't correct me, Lucky. Don't do it. Could anything reach you? Definitely very heavy rain. Some rain's already reaching you. You might be able to get into a severe with up to 60 mile an hour winds, but that's like max. You know, you're one county away from a severe thunderstorm watch, aren't you? So you could get 60 mile an hour winds, up to 60 mile an hour winds. That's really the highest threat I see you getting. You are technically inside the risk for some hail as well, up to 1 inch in diameter. But really, this is going to be very linear and very clustery, messy mode here. And the only threat with it should be a damaging gust up to 60 miles per hour.
Hey, I'll be right back, alright?
Alright. So if you live in Knoxville, Tennessee here, so far things are looking really good for you in terms of this tornado threat dying out as it approaches you. Right now, you can see this storm is taking more of a linear characteristic. That means line, which should decrease its overall tornado threat. And I'm hoping that will actually keep it from producing any more tornadoes for, fingers crossed, the rest of the night. But we could still see a spin-up tornado out of it, especially right in here. This little area, like that little notching right there as it moves to the east-southeast. That's going to be where I watch for a spin-up tornado being possible. But hopefully, again, fingers crossed, this cluster to the southwest near Oliver Springs impacts it and it doesn't end up rotating or producing another tornado. Because this storm may have produced up to 2, possibly even 3 tornadoes. We had reports of a possible tornado in Clarksville, one somewhere before this. I forgot exactly where it was. It might have been south of Livingston. Might have been southwest of Livingston, and then of course we had the significant tornado southwest of Sunbright. So this thing's produced up to 2 or 3 tornadoes today, at least 1. The minimal amount of tornadoes this thing has produced is 1. They've already confirmed it has produced at least 1 tornado. It's hard to say exactly how many tornadoes a certain storm has produced, because like I mentioned before, especially in the radar hole that we were in during this time here, where it may have produced a tornado south of Livingston, you're looking very high up in the atmosphere, and it could just produce a very quick, brief spin-up tornado that doesn't lift much debris, and therefore it doesn't pick up on radar, and therefore the National Weather Service never even knows that it happened. So it's difficult to give you an exact number on how many tornadoes have occurred today. Siege, you missed at least 2 tornadoes, 1 significant. And then this morning we had 3 to 4 tornadoes, potentially 1 significant. So overall today we've probably had almost a tornado outbreak throughout the entire duration of today. However, my opinion, they're separate events. We had the event from 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then the event from about 5 p.m. or so, around 5 p.m. 4:30. So the event from 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern time, and then the event from about 4:30 till hopefully when it ends at 10, or it'd be nice if it could end now. But most likely it will end at 10 once these storms hit the mountains. We've had a minimal of 3 tornadoes. The lowest amount of tornadoes we've seen today is 3. But there have been plenty more of little debris signatures that may have been tornadoes, and I'm sure we had some spin-up tornadoes that didn't get detected by radar that the National Weather Service will eventually survey. Here comes a new warning. This may be for Knoxville. I don't know where this will be. You know it is going to be for St. Charles, Virginia.
Tornado warning for northeastern Lee County in southwestern Virginia, central Scott County in southwestern Virginia, southwestern Wise County in southwestern Virginia, Lee, Scott, and Wise County in Virginia.
That's for this little area of rotation here. I didn't point it out, but I was watching it. Wait, did I point it out? I don't... That's it, right? That's the little area of rotation I pointed out about 20 minutes ago. Yeah, about 20 minutes ago, yes. About 20 minutes ago, embedded in the line, and it's now tornado warned out here in St. Charles in southwestern Virginia. Hello, Pete. Welcome to the stream. And Siege as well. Glad to see you guys both in here. I was wondering when Pete was going to tune in. I'm not kidding, Pete. I actually just thought about you like 10 minutes ago because I mentioned Bristol, Tennessee. Whenever I think of NASCAR, I think of Pete and I think of Lucky. All right, see you later, Caleb. I'll be live at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow to update everybody on the winter storm threat. Thank you for on chat. I'll see you tomorrow. And then, like I said, we'll be live Saturday because my plans got canceled. And here comes another tornado. Oh my goodness. It's the never-ending 2% all over again. This is going to be for Knoxville. Yep, Knoxville, Tennessee, you are now inside a tornado warning for that little area of rotation I was talking about. You are now inside a tornado warning, so make sure you're seeking shelter if you're in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's not a strong area of rotation, thankfully, but it is enough to warrant a tornado warning.
Tornado warning for Central Anderson County in East Tennessee, Knox County in East Tennessee, Jefferson County in East Tennessee, southwestern Coke County in East Tennessee, northern Sevier County in East Tennessee, Anderson, Coke, Jefferson, Knox, and Sevier County in Tennessee.
Wait, did I just discover that? Wait, what? Wait, so can I do that to like... Oh, I could do that to anything? If you hold control and left click on like one of your bookmarks on Google or something you've recently searched, it will open it, but it won't bring you to that tab. Dude, that could be so useful for like pulling up multiple products instead of clicking through them individually, clicking on one and then backing out and then rinsing and repeating like 10 times. I do know you could like you could like right click and then open it that way. I didn't know that. I just learned a shortcut on Windows that I probably will never use again in my life. So this does have a bit better of a supercell feature to it. You could see it now. Looking more like a classic supercell. Very classic embedded supercell here in Clinton, Tennessee. And you can see that little area of rotation. Well, quite large area of rotation, but not really that tight right here. Hold control and left click. Hold control and left click. I don't know what you can do it on. If you could do it on like for everything or what. I'm trying it on different sites now. That's what I'm doing. Could it work on like this stuff? This? No. Dang it. That area of rotation may be getting a little bit tighter here. It's still pretty broad, but it may be getting a little bit tighter. Jeez, it's 9 o'clock already. We've almost been live for 2 hours. Wow. Yikes. So when I first opened Google, I have a bunch of shortcuts. Like I have Tropical Tidbits, my thumbnail maker, the NHC National Hurricane Center, and then weather models. And all I do is hold control and then left click and it opens it in a new tab for me. Well, no, the same tab, but it just doesn't bring me to it. Yeah, it is trying to tighten up right here over Claxton. Watch that closely. This might actually be able to try and spin up a tornado here shortly. Yep, it's getting tighter and tighter with every scan. If it didn't have this clustered cell merge to the south, this thing probably would have already produced another tornado. But thankfully it does. So I'm hoping that that just continues to interfere with the inflow. And hopefully it doesn't produce a tornado. And now we've got a Tor possible severe back up here for Tazewell in northeastern Tennessee. So make sure you're indoors, away from doors and windows, close to your safe spot in Tazewell, Tennessee. These tornado warnings out here, the one for Jonesville, Virginia, and Pennington Gap, Virginia, they are getting into a radar hole. So they're going to be a lot harder to confirm whether or not they are actively producing tornadoes or not. Oh, actually, never mind. The one in the Morristown radar site really does cover that pretty well. Never mind. We really only need this one radar site now. Yeah, that's about 4,000 feet up, which is not bad. So I take that back. They're still probably a good hour away, maybe even an hour and a half before they get in that radar hole. Man, it's getting stronger. Those outbound winds are getting stronger. The inbound winds are getting closer. I'm just hoping they don't connect. Yeah, and you can see, look, you can see it. Oh, dang. You can see your ZDR arc now. There's your ZDR arc. So this is your arcing right in there. Typically, with a very classic supercell, anything south of that arc will be clear, and it will be pure inflow. But in this case, you can see, thankfully, it does have rain in its clear slot. Pretty sure that's what you call it, right? Clear slot? Yeah. You call it the clear slot and inflow. The environment's very favorable. It's very favorable today. We had an uptrend last minute in pretty much everything. Instability is still a limiting factor, but it's enough for second season. We have 500. And that is enough. We no longer have 1,000 because the sun has set, so we no longer have around or above 1,000 instability. But we are still at a favorable environment for a couple tornadoes as well as potentially a strong tornado for the next about hour or so. After about 10:30, the environment will rapidly decrease with all ingredients as these storms move east of the Appalachians. I don't know if there's any chasers on it, but I doubt there is. There's not a lot of chasers who are willing to chase this area unless they're very local. I know we had a chaser on this storm back when it produced a significant tornado near Sunbright, south of Sunbright, but now I doubt somebody has continued to chase this. And it is also dark out too, so even if they are chasing, there's a low chance they'll see anything unless it's a significant tornado producing damage and enough to cause power flashes. Which currently this is not producing a tornado. It's very worrisome because we've got a large area of inflow and a large, pretty strong area of outbound winds. And all it takes is for those two to start connecting, and we could easily see a tornado out of that. So that's why the National Weather Service put a tornado warning on it, because all it takes is for those two to connect, and we could see a tornado very close to Knoxville, Tennessee in about 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, I think you missed this tornado warning being issued in St. Charles, Virginia. Maybe this one in Jonesville, Virginia as well. And then you probably missed the extension going into Knoxville with this storm trying to strengthen up velocities again. I'm going to go back over to this really quick. My family in Boston, Massachusetts is going to be mad. I got fam in Boston, and they are not snow lovers. They are snow haters, and they are about to be furious. Because this upcoming pattern is going to favor the potential for feet of snow in Boston. The reason why I brought that up is because I went to check the new update from WSSI. It updates at 9 o'clock. And it now has the potential for major impacts in Connecticut and Massachusetts. If you don't know what major impacts are, that's a level 4 out of 5 for a winter storm. Yeah, it does keep trying. We did just lose 1 tornado warning, so thankfully we are back down to 3 tornado warnings. Hopefully we keep on decreasing. This one is just, this is the one I'm gonna watch closest. Because it's so close to producing a tornado, yet also so far. It's both. It's so close because the velocities are strong, but it's also so far because those velocities aren't tight enough and close enough together. Um, ooh. But it is beginning to clear out the inflow. You can see how this rain shower here merged up into the clear slot, and now that inflow is getting clearer here. It's not completely clear. This whole area is inflow, and you can see there's still some impeding rain here on the south-southwest quadrant of your supercell, but it's starting to clear up. Still a little air of rotation south of Jonesville in far southwestern Virginia. Stay in your safe spot for the next, 5 minutes? I think it expires in 5 minutes. Let me go see. My bad, 20 minutes. This one here in Oak Ridge expires in 5 minutes. So Jonesville, stay in your safe spot for 20 minutes unless that warning is canceled. But just to let you know, the storm has passed to your south and east. If you are in Jonesville now, it's already hit you. That might be trying to tighten up. That's a little difficult to tell there. It's hard to tell, but this might try to tighten up here over the next couple minutes. Either it's going to tighten up or it's going to completely fall apart. So if you're in Lone Mountain or Bean Station in northeastern Tennessee, watch this storm. It might attempt something here soon. What? How did yesterday's briefing get like an extra 700 views after I ended? That's crazy. I was just going through past streams because this is, well, discluding that one because it got views, a lot of views after I ended. This is our most viewed live stream ever since January 9th, so almost a whole month ago. So I appreciate you guys sharing the stream, liking it, and helping us spread the word about this tornado event. Yeah, I just don't like the look of this storm. It's getting better and better. I have a pretty good feeling we're going to be looking at a tornado being, well, it's already possible, but I don't know. I have a bad feeling about it. It keeps getting tighter and tighter every scan. So please make sure you're in your safe spot if you're in Knoxville or around Knoxville, Tennessee, if you're in this red area, because you are in a tornado warning. And I'm fairly confident this is going to make a very good run at trying to produce a tornado. And this one in Jonesville, Southwest Virginia, honestly, of course, still stay in your safe spot, but I really wouldn't be shocked if they cancel that warning early. And this one in Lone Mountain, still going to keep an eye on that possible little area of rotation, Lone Mountain, Tennessee. And the main one we're watching is this large area of inflow beginning to strengthen and outbound winds still strengthening and getting closer to each other. Almost over Knoxville now. Almost over Knoxville. I'm not too sure, Legacy. You would know more than me because you pay very, very close attention to chat. I only get a couple minutes out of every live stream to glance over there. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah. That I'm going to tweet about right now. Twitter. Knoxville, Tennessee. Can I Control C, Control V, please? Thank you. And here comes a new tornado warning.
Tornado warning for southeastern Claiborne County in East Tennessee, southwestern Hawkins County in East Tennessee, northeastern Granger County in East Tennessee, central Hamblin County in East Tennessee, Claiborne, Granger, Hamblin, and Hawkins County in Tennessee.
There you go. It's the other storm we were talking about. So now we've got a tornado warning for Lone Mountain, just as we called out. Thornhill, Bean Station, Russellville, and Morristown. That is... I don't know exactly where the NWS... Okay, this is where the National Weather Service is. The radar site's literally in their backyard. But that's very, very close to the National Weather Service in Morristown. Yeah, it is broad, like you said, Caden, but it is getting tighter and strengthening. Also, really, really briefly, I do have to mention, because I've been tweeting about it quite a bit today. This is very far off topic than what we are talking about currently. But tropical cyclone, that's right, tropical cyclone Vince is just 1 mile per hour shy of Category 5 status out here in the central Indian Ocean. And look at that beast of a cyclone. It just became day out there. I know, very off topic, but I at least wanted to mention it in this live stream. This is the loop of it over the last about 12 hours. And one more loop, and then we're going to go check our radar again. Because I don't want to stay away from radar long. I think it's this one. Yeah. Nope, definitely not that one. Trying to find which one's the... Okay, that's the second best one there. Not the most symmetrical eye. It looks like it just kind of wobbled a bit there. The eye didn't fully do a eyewall replacement cycle, but it did wobble there. That's Tropical Cyclone Vince, currently 155 mile per hour sustained winds. Millibars at 924. Now we're going to check. Yeah, the one in Jonesville, that's completely fallen apart now. That warning expires in 12 minutes, but honestly, they may cancel that way prior. We'll see. They just put a severe for tour possible in that just in case. Watch that one over Lone Mountain. Could produce at any second. Oh. Good news is the Hook Echo has kind of pushed forward, almost occluded. Kind of in an occlusion fashion here. So hopefully that will prevent it from producing a strong tornado here. It did get pretty close. I mean, at one point we had over 100 mile an hour rotation here, and it was getting almost gate to gate there. And now it looks like it's started to broaden out again. Hello, Catman. Welcome to the stream. Supposed to be ending in 20 seconds, but I'm going to stay live to see these two warnings hopefully weaken and die out and expire. Tornado warning in Jonesville, Tennessee, or rather Jonesville, Virginia, has been dropped. It's still there, but it has been dropped. There you go. It's not there anymore on Radar Omega, and it should disappear in about 11 seconds here on GR2. Four, three, two, one, and disappear. Nope, it's gone. It's not active anymore. There you go. Now it disappeared. I was a few seconds off, like 2 seconds off. So we're going to watch this a little area of pretty tight rotation. It's not strong tight rotation, but it is like 60, 70 mile an hour gate-to-gate rotation there. Southeast of Lone Mountain, so it's getting almost too strong. It's almost a strong area of rotation there. Like I said, southeast of Lone Mountain could produce a brief spin-up tornado at any moment. That's very gate-to-gate there. That's barely north of Knoxville. Our main area of rotation is out here, but we actually just got a random area of extremely gate-to-gate, directly gate-to-gate velocities here. North of Knoxville, Tennessee. That has about 70 mile per hour rotation with it. So that's pretty good area of rotation and velocities there. Thankfully just broke apart. Looks like that broke apart as well. How long do these go for? 40 minutes and 24. There we go. This one. Okay, let's go back over to GR2 again. Good night, Indiana. See you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Like I said, we'll be live tomorrow, and then we're most likely going to end up being live Saturday too. Unless something crazy happens, which there is a chance. I'll be honest with you, there is a chance. For some reason, the NAM and the NAM 3K have been so far south with our winter storm Saturday. I completely forgot we had a decent snow threat up here in the New England states today. Dropped widespread 2 to 4 inches of snowfall, isolated areas up to 5 in southeastern New Hampshire. Fully forgot about that. Not even gonna lie, fully forgot about that. It's still favorable. The environment is favorable up until about this line here. Once you start getting on the Appalachian mountain range, that's when it starts to get less favorable. I do want to check the mesoanalysis here because we got a new one again. Yep, like I said, all the way up until we get onto the mountains. Maybe even a little bit more east than that line, like pretty much directly on the state line of North Carolina and Tennessee is when your environment becomes less favorable. Little area of rotation, getting its act back together out here. It's well to the southeast of Jonesville, Virginia. Let's hope and pray that only lasts one scan and then it dissipates. Because we do not want to see any more tornado warnings. We've already had plenty today. Plenty of tornado warnings for a 2%. Okay. Still staying on the broader side of this decent area of rotation here, but hopefully it weakens. Hopefully it keeps on that weakening trail there and trend. When's our next top of... Okay, there you go. So, I've been saying this for a long time, but I'm probably going to end here in 10 minutes. There won't be any outro music, so I'll just go all the way until like the last few seconds of the stream and then just end abruptly. I still want to wait though. If this storm is still looking pretty interesting in 10 minutes, we'll just extend it by another 15. But I'll make that call once this gets more east here. Now we wait for the next scan. Still broad. It's still broad. This area of rotation could have produced a brief spin-up tornado near Lone Mountain, but we'll never know because it wouldn't have been strong enough to loft debris up into the atmosphere. 1,000 feet up. That velocity couplet never really got really strong. So, may have produced a brief weak spin-up tornado near Lone Mountain, but the National Weather Service may go survey that area to see if it actually did. Because that was actually a pretty tight gate-to-gate couplet there. If it did, it would be over mainly forested areas, thankfully. And it looks like this storm has cleared Knoxville, so if you were in Knoxville, just know that the tornadic cell has passed to your east. However, please remain in your safe spot until you are removed from that tornado warning, which will be in either when it expires in 18 minutes or if the National Weather Service in Morrisville, Tennessee disextends the tornado warning from your location. But regardless, make sure you are in your safe spot until... Is that a new scan? Until that tornado warning expires. Is that a new scan there? That is a very, very tight couplet. But I would love to see that on GR2. Yeah, okay, that's what I was waiting for. That might be able to produce a tornado at any second here. That is an extremely tight couplet there. Inside our tornado warning between Lone Mountain and Bean Station. Wow, that is a very strong area of rotation now. Most likely near... What, that's like near... let's see, I gotta do quick maths. 120 mile per hour rotation or so right there. That is strong rotation now. Southeast of Lone Mountain, just to the west of Bean Station in Tennessee. So make sure you're in your safe spot. This just might be able to drop a tornado here next scan. So we're going to keep a really close eye on this one now. Give it one scan to see if we've got a debris signature at all. What Pete just noted there, it's a pretty rural area. There is still some homes that I see here. There's definitely some homes. So definitely people that need to be seeking shelter. Hopefully this tornado goes in between all those homes. I mean, right now, like at this minute, it is almost directly over some of these houses. Let me see here. I got 109 velocities. For some reason, mine's stronger. Mine has 79 on 30. A new mesoscale discussion for this area. We'll see what the National Weather Service says. There you go. Scattered thunderstorms will continue to progress eastward across portions of eastern Tennessee over the next hour. Hail up to the size of golf balls, as well as damaging wind gusts likely exceeding 60 miles per hour, as well as a tornado or two will all remain possible. There you go. Supercells will persist for at least another hour with threat of damaging winds, hail, and perhaps a tornado. Like I said, 10:30 is when that... Oh, yep, there you go. We've got a strong tornado ongoing. Strong tornado ongoing now. Southeast of, or rather, west of Bean Station. Quickly go over here. There you go. Strong tornado ongoing. So make sure you are seeking shelter. That is a deep, very deep correlation coefficient there. Unfortunately, that is right next to houses. So I really, really hope that that missed those homes. And it might have already lifted. I can't tell because it's in a corrupted zone. I actually can't tell. We'll give it another scan here. But hopefully it missed those homes. It was very close to hitting those homes. So it's currently like directly over mountains, so we're not going to be able to tell if this is on the ground or not. It's literally directly on mountains right now. That area of rotation, oh wow. That is still trying to produce a tornado now east of Marberdale in Tennessee. Let's see here. ZDR still shows it. I can't tell. I just straight up can't tell. We'll give it another scan here, see what it says after it passes the mountain, but I just straight up can't tell there. Now I'm going to attempt to give an analysis on that radar scan. I tried to go up and tilt with CC, it just disappears. And with ZDR is an old scan if you go up and tilt. Best just to wait. Come on, give me another scan. Hurry up. I'm not patient to wait in between these scans here. It should be in now. Yep. Looks lifted to me. Looks lifted to me. Pretty sure that is lifted. I'm not for sure, but I am pretty sure that that has lifted. So it was a brief, strong tornado. Just occurred west of Bean Station, Tennessee. And this is now a observed tornado warning. So there you go. Third or 1, 2, 3, 4? I think this is the fourth confirmed warning of the day, if you count the ones from very early this morning. So we've now had a minimum of minimum of 4 tornadoes today. So make sure you are seeking shelter there in Bean Station. That is definitely fallout. I doubt this is still on the ground, but you do want to still stay in your safe spot, as that is still a tornado warning. It's still a tornado warning, so make sure you are in your safe spot. And this one's back to clean inflow. Last time it was at clean inflow, it immediately got hit by a cell merge. So we'll see what happens this time. We're back to the extremely classic supercell shape out here. This time it is south of Strawberry Plains in far east central Tennessee. So we'll see if that velocity tightens up at all. I really wouldn't call this a nudger. I mean, it's just been really a trail of convection behind it. It would be more of a cell merge from the south. That's what we were getting before, is a bunch of cell merges from the south that were impacting it and resulting in it dying out in rotation. Still fallout occurring here west of Bean Station. On your newest scan. We're about to get another one here in hopefully 8 seconds, and I am out of water. Dang it. I do have a bottle of water over there. I might reach for that one. Alright, fallout's still present, but it is weakening. Campbell County. Is that Virginia? I don't think that is in Virginia. If you're talking about that area, no. Let me try Tennessee. Probably Tennessee is my guess. And, yeah. You're northwest of Knoxville. I'm trying to find a town. Jacksboro. Now that's a town I can look up on this site. Yes, you're done. Yep, you are done for the night. May still be able to get some rain, but yeah, you're done. Especially anything severe or tornadic, you're done. You're good to go. I'm trying to see here. We're going to keep watching that area of small rotation there, west of Bean Station. It might be able to try to produce something again. And then, of course, we're still going to keep an eye on our large area of broad velocity here. That is still tornado warned to the south of Strawberry Plains in East Tennessee. This one cell I have tracked. I have tracked this one storm from Clarksville, Tennessee, all the way until the Tennessee-North Carolina border. I started watching this thing way back when it was in Oakwood and Clarksville, Tennessee. That was at about 4:30 p.m. today. And then I watched it get tornado warned here, and then we went live. I went live once we ended up with 2 tornado warnings in Kentucky. So right here, I ended up going live. I don't know exactly when that was. I think that was around 8:20 p.m. Eastern when I went live, and we've been live ever since then. So this whole loop right here, from this point here, right here, and on, we've covered all this. Still, that velocities, it was tight but weak. So gate to gate but weak velocities, and it seems like now it's neither. It's broken apart both ways. So that is good news there. still going to continue to watch this storm for 6 more minutes here. Observed warning is for 20 more minutes. They're going to continue that tornado warning. I can almost guarantee it. Because it's got too much of a supercell look to it. It still has that very classic supercellular look to it. And it's clear slot here. And inflow is now completely open. There's barely any precipitation in that whole clear slot and inflow area. So, probably going to end up extending that tornado warning. Let's see. I think far southwest Hawkins County is in it. I mean, you're like just a little tip of Hawkins County, well to the southwest of Rogersville. So, not the entire county of Hawkins County, though. And I feel like this storm's about done here in Bean Station. It might be able to have a chance. It might have a chance to produce a tornado later down the line, but in the immediate short term, this is definitely done. The tornado already lifted, and it's a weakening storm. But like I said, could recycle, could try again. We're getting towards the very end of this tornado threat now. It is almost 10 p.m. here on the East Coast. Which, like I said, between about 10:30 p.m. Eastern is when the tornado threat was going to start decreasing significantly. And still on track for that. Still on track for that. Ethan, you've missed like 3 strong tornadoes today, dude. You missed the one early this morning, then you missed 2 in the last 2 hours. And then you've missed multiple other tornadoes, most likely. We've had at least a minimum of 4 tornadoes today. A minimum of 4 tornadoes. And we've had a countless amount of tornado warnings. We've had plenty of tornado warnings. I mean, this happened at like the perfect time for me to cover it. Because right at like 8:10 is when I got on my computer. That's when I got on my computer. And then 8:20, we started getting all those tornado warnings, and I immediately went live. Within being like 5 to 10 minutes in a call with Lucky. He's still here. Lucky, you awake again? No, he's not. So we're just gonna, I think we're just really gonna watch this one storm. I mean, this one's really weakened completely. We'll see how it looks once it moves more east. This is still tornado possible, but it is primarily a wind threat thanks to the more linear outflow dominant line look that it has. And then this is just a bunch of rain showers out here in Southwest Virginia. So really just going to keep an eye on this one storm that won't let go of its supercellular structure here. It's been trying, they just extended that. It has been trying to produce a tornado and failing to produce a tornado for about the last 30 minutes here.
Tornado warning for southern Jefferson County in East Tennessee, Coke County in East Tennessee, northern Sevier County in East Tennessee, Coke, Jefferson, and Sevier County in Tennessee.
That goes for another 46 more minutes. 46 more minutes for that newest tornado warning. Unless this goes PDS, I'm definitely going to be cutting it off in 36 more minutes. 35 minutes now. That's the latest I can go here. I don't want to go any later than that. Hold on, give me just a second. Alright, just had to quickly do something. I apologize. Oh, wow. According to Enron, this thing is maxed out in rotation. Sure. That's completely bugged out there. Yeah, this storm's just fully falling apart in Russellville, thankfully. So really just going to watch this single one here yet again. And its velocity's just screwing up here. We will be left with just this tornado warning in about 15 minutes. We now are down to 2 tornado warnings. We were at 3 just about 1 minute ago. What a journey this one supercell has had, man. This thing has been going. It has been trying to produce tornadoes ever since about 4:30 this afternoon. That was 5 hours ago is when it first was trying to produce a tornado. Keep in mind, this is not no like enhanced risk or moderate risk day or even a 5%. This is a tiny 2% tornado risk day. This is a marginal risk for tornadoes that we've had today. Marginal. I mean, you gotta admit it. Look at that. That placement at the 2% is just perfect. It is perfect. Would have been more perfect if they included a 5% in the middle of that 2%, or if the 2% overall was the 5%, but that placement is S tier right there. I mean, storms literally started going tornado warned as they entered the 2% area. That is something. We are now left with just one tornado warning. For the third time in this live stream, we are left with just one tornado warning. Now let's hope we don't get back up to 4 like we have done those previous 2 times. And let's hope this is the end of your severe weather threat over the next... we still have like another almost hour here. Yeah, 43 minutes. After 43 minutes, your peak threat for severe weather is going to be pretty much gone. Well, your peak severe weather threat was from what I said earlier today. Peak threat was from about 8 p.m. all the way till 10 p.m. 8 to 10. Yeah, I mean, that's literally... We've got 12 more minutes of peak tornado threat here. And then, of course, after that, we'll still have 30 minutes until those warnings expire. Oh, this thing might be trying again. This could be its best attempt in, like, the last 30 minutes to an hour here. Right in this area. Watch this area. I wouldn't say ignore, but just don't fully pay attention to this region. Pay closer attention to that southern edge of your supercell. Like right in there where I've circled. But look at that. That thing is getting classic, man. That thing is getting classic again. See that sharp cutoff there? You go right back up into the base of your supercell. Thing's becoming a classic supercell again. Wow. I can't believe it has survived this long. That just kind of amazes me that it has survived this long. Let me turn that back on. There we go. Down to just one tornado warning, like I said. Let's hope that we get to 0 here when this expires in 40 minutes. Yeah, tell me about it. The thing is, I don't even think the wind shear is that high in this area. It's at 200 in the lower levels. From the surface to 3 kilometer, it is at about 250. Which, in my opinion, that's not like a bunch of wind shear. That is favorable wind shear, but it's not like an astonishing amount for February. In my opinion, at least. Your lower level jet stream is 35 knots. That doesn't surprise me. What a weird setup for a very positive tilt trough, though. I gotta say, definitely did not expect this. By any means, did not expect this today. I did anticipate the early morning threat with the potential for a couple tornadoes and a strong tornado or two, but this threat that we're covering now, I did not expect at all. Well, I mean, the velocities have fallen apart significantly in the last 3-4 scans, but it still has that crazy supercell structure to it. We are down to just 2 severes and 1 tornado warning. Both of those severes are for a tornado possible, and the severe for Churchill in northeastern Tennessee expires in 8 minutes. That's not even as good as the, well, when was this? Okay. The actual, like, mesoanalysis photographs look better than the photograph that is portrayed on the RAP model that you picked there. The exact area, at least. I know mesoanalysis is still based on the RAP, pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's based on the RAP. I feel like it is. But, like, the actual photograph map that mesoanalysis has, photographs look more favorable than what the model run says, I guess. You know what I mean, hopefully. Yep, it has survived a long time. Now we're back up to 3 severes. So that one's going to stay Tor possible for 37 more minutes. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Nah. I feel like that's more corruption, to be honest with you. Let me check the NAM here. Yeah, tomorrow will not be a long stream. Tomorrow's probably going to be a 1-hour live stream. Saturday, maybe 2-hour live stream for coverage on the winter storm. Not too sure. But today, I mean, we're doing a 3-hour live stream here, an unplanned, unscheduled 3-hour live stream. Longest live stream we've done in about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. I'm going to try to get Lucky in here really quick. He's still here, but he's just not here. He's probably sleeping. I'm going to spam this dude. He went on deafen and he's on do not disturb, so I ain't even gonna be able to get this dude. He's probably passed out right now. Yeah, I mean, it's still holding its structure together, but it's overall still on that weakening trend. At least now it is. Now it's on that weakening trend. Hopefully that lasts for the rest of the night and it weakens until it's no longer even rotating. Yeah, that's weakened a lot. Text this dude on his phone. So that tornado warning has 34 more minutes left. We won't be live for the entire 34 minutes of that warning, but we will be live for another 24. And then I'm gonna head off. 3 hours is the max I'm gonna do here.
Morning, sir.
Finally.
Owie, my earies.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to wake you from your slumber and nap time. I'm so sorry. Sleeping at 9:30.
I actually wasn't sleeping, but okay.
I texted you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh
7,
my
8,
god,
9, 10, 11,
I'm
12.
on Do Not
12
Disturb.
times. On your phone too?
Yes.
Okay, well, look at DMs. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, what's up? What's up, guys? How is everybody? Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Pete, what's up? What's up, everybody else that's in chat that may not be chatting or is? No clue. Hope y'all are having a wonderful week so far. My week's been pretty good. Could have been better, but you know, it's all right. You know, sometimes we just have bad weeks, but it's okay. I do exist. So we are keeping an eye on this tornado warning in Tennessee, in eastern Tennessee, and northeastern Tennessee. Oh, I might be wrong. Wait, that just got issued. Let me know if the thing beeps, cause I don't know. I think we just got another tornado warning that just got issued. Oh no, I'll just be quiet for a second.
Tornado warning for Sullivan County in East Tennessee, northeastern
Okay.
Washington County in East Tennessee, central Carter County in East Tennessee, Carter, Sullivan,
hopefully
and Washington County in Tennessee.
Maybe we're good. Maybe we're good. But yeah. Yeah, Kevin, that's good. Driver's ed. And of course you had to get sick, of course, right? Why not? Like, but you know, hey, we're twins for real. Our weeks could have been better. But hey, that's life. Can't do nothing about it.
Did that really go tornado warned?
Yep, it did.
The one that I said I thought was like corruption velocities.
Yep.
I'm still going to end in 20 minutes. I'm not going to go over that. Unless it goes PDS. If it goes PDS, I'll stay. But they didn't even pull a PDS for the other 3 SIG tours, so. You keep talking, Lucky. I'm going to let you take over.
Why?
Because Stream wants to talk to you, I'm sure.
Do y'all want to talk to me? First person that says no, I'm not talking.
Well, I can guarantee you someone's going to say no.
Alright.
I'm sure it'll be Catman.
Catman or Caleb is who I'm guessing.
Nope.
Oh,
Caleb's
we got a
asleep.
guess? Wait. Oh, Talk. I'll talk. I can talk. So we do have a tornado warning. That new one that got issued is for the main part southwest of Bristol, Tennessee.
Oh, of course, he mentions.
And I'm very familiar with that place because I've seen it on TV multiple times because of NASCAR. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey Pete, you're in here. I have to ask. How do you feel about the clash? I do have to ask. I want your thoughts on the clash because me and TRG were actually pretty
Wait. I got a question for you, Lucky.
Yes.
Is that still severe?
Where?
The tornado warning? Is there still a severe under that thing?
No. It's just a tornado warning.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Nope, there's a severe in that. He's wrong. Severe thunderstorm warning.
I don't see it.
It is the tornado warning. Go back and they issued the tornado warning exactly on top of the severe. It is a severe tornado warning. It's literally a severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warning. A severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warning right there.
Bro, Pete. Of course, Brad had to get dumped by. I hate saying his name. Booba Wayless. Of course, bro. This dude literally just.
Chat, don't tell him I muted him.
But that was probably the stupidest thing that happened that night. Was probably that. And I am still mad to this day, but don't worry. Either Brad or Chase or Blaney is gonna break.
Okay, we're getting rid of this kid. Okay, my day's great, Catman. How's yours? Hoping nobody was injured and affected by these storms. Hopefully it was just all trees, but other than seeing a bunch of tornadoes today on radar, great day. It's always fun to track the storms and try to save lives, but I never want to actually see the tornadoes form and affect people. So that tornado warning here for Newport expires in 28 minutes, and the other one expires in 43 minutes for Kingsport. Had a very eventful day. My days have been very eventful. Like the last week and a half, I've had very eventful days. Just full of action. And then, of course, we had the surprise tornado threat today that just topped all of it off. And then we've got our snowstorm Saturday, too. And it's not going to stop. Like I said, February is going to be busy for me. Do we have a storm out here in the middle of the ocean? HRRR has a storm out here in the middle of the ocean. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it out there. It's still keeping its structure. I don't know how that Newport storm is keeping its structure. We're going to close this radar. Well, nope. It actually has lost it. I take that back. It has lost it. You can see it's become more of an outflow dominant storm here. Over the last few frames. Yep. I think it's officially lost its main inflow. So hopefully that's going to be the end of our main tornado threat there. Like I said, 10 p.m. is really where our tornado threat begins to significantly decline. And that was 4 minutes ago. So from here on out, hopefully our severe weather just continues to weaken and eventually we end up with no warnings here over the next couple minutes. Most of our warnings go for 30 plus more minutes. That's 26 minutes. That's 25. That's 40. Okay. Never mind. They all vary. We've got a tornado warning for 25 minutes, severe for 25 minutes, and then another severe for 25 minutes, and then a tornado warning for 40. Because this is actually 2 warnings, both tornado and severe. So most of these expire in 25 minutes. The only one that expires in 40 is this northeastern tornado warning south of Bristol, Tennessee. I haven't either, Pete. I haven't either. Trying to think when the last time I saw him. I can't remember. I don't even have good memory. It's not even worth me trying to remember. To be honest with you. Um, you know what's crazy? Lucky's not even in the risk for like anything at any time. I'm in the risk for like heavy rain and freezing rain. And Lucky's not even in the risk for like anything. Or on the CPC outlooks. Like he's literally not in a thing. I mean, he is in the chance for above average temperatures and above average precipitation on their climatology outlooks, or rather their 6 through 14-day outlooks. I can't remember. Lucky, how far am I from you? Like an hour and a half? I think I'm just under an hour and a half away from him. He's about to tell me, I'll tell you. You know what? Let me check. Oh, yes, you are. Bro's about to dox both of us. Dude. Yo, I'd be cooked if he was not muted. Yo, chill. Bro's gonna dox me even though he's muted. I'm an hour and 35 minutes away from his house. How do I put 2 T's in it? All right, well, we're just waiting now, y'all. I mean, shoot, the severe thunderstorm watch expires at midnight. That's only an hour 52 minutes away now. But we're gonna conclude before the all these warnings expire. I would go extra, but I want to have at least some time to talk to Lucky before he passes out tonight. Because I didn't exactly plan to do a 3-hour live stream today. I did not plan to stream today. You know what you should have done, Lucky, since today was the only day you haven't been busy? You know what it would have been really nice if you did instead of laying in your bed for 3 hours when I stream? It would have been really nice if you did your first live stream in over a month. It would have been nice if you finally went live. Lucky, it has been 27 days. That is almost a month in February terms. And if it's leap year, that is a month. So, wait, no, leap year makes it 29. Yeah, you're right. So actually, it was only 1 day away from 1 day away from a February month. For some reason, I keep thinking a leap year makes it less on February. It's 29. It adds one. Okay. Dude. Lucky. You're not that smart. Chill. I'm gonna keep him muted so that way you guys don't have to hear him. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Got a new severe for 49 more minutes for Asheville, North Carolina. Make sure you are indoors, away from doors and windows, close to your safe spot because that is tour possible. Also for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Let me just make sure these storms... Yeah, that thing's completely died out. Finally, for the first time in over 3 hours, that storm finally doesn't have a good area of rotation. And this one has died out as well. I don't see much with that. So both of these tornado warnings really don't see much rotation in either one of them. And I really think that's going to be the end of our primary severe weather threat. So I don't see a need to go longer than 7 more minutes here. So we'll just have some time to wrap it up. Also know a lot of people are heading off now. Most people have school tomorrow, last day of school for the week, right? Is today Thursday? I'm pretty sure it's a Thursday. Yeah, last day of school, last day of work for most people tomorrow, till the weekend. Yeah, and then you got to go right back do it on Monday. Well, maybe not Legacy. Wait. What day do you have off, Legacy? Tomorrow or Monday? Let me see here. You have Monday off. That is awesome. I would always rather have Mondays off than Fridays. Maybe that's just me. But I mean, just 10 out of 10 times, I would rather have a Monday off. Are you a week off or something, Legacy? What is it? Oh, it's next Monday. It's February 17th. Not what date is this Monday? 10th. It's the 10th. This Monday's the 10th. Checking my phone. Well, guess what, Legacy? I have off school Monday. Lucky just yelled because I don't go to school. I finished. Still not planning to go to college either. I'm thinking of going to community college, but I don't know. Why? I don't even know what that is. What is that? Yeah, you have fun with that, buddy. You have fun with that. Well, I'm not going into meteorology. Y'all, I promise I know how to say meteorology. I was copying Lucky, okay? There we go. Or at least what? I don't know. Honestly, I've talked about this on Twitter. I've talked about it with Lucky. I do not see a point in getting a meteorology degree. It would be great to have a piece of paper to say that I'm degreed, but I just don't feel like taking 4 to 8 years out of my life to go pursue a piece of paper that will probably not even earn me a job in meteorology, and I will just stick to YouTube. I probably won't even go into broadcast meteorology. It's just not something that I see increasing in revenue or in or just usefulness in getting a meteorology degree. I just don't see it. Like 8 years ago, my goal was to get a meteorology degree, but then as I grew up and slowly realized that, legacy, not your name, but legacy media overall is decreasing in popularity, I'm like, what's the point? Like I said, it would still be awesome to just be able to say I'm a meteorologist, but I just don't really want to pursue it. College wise. But yeah, we're down to one tornado warning. That expires in 13 minutes. We're going to conclude here in 2.5 minutes. Just east of Knoxville, there was some rotation. Oh, that was probably what I just saw in the corner of my eye. Yeah, this, I think that's corruption. I don't believe that is actually rotation. See where that's located in the supercell? Look. Right here, right? I don't believe that is rotation. It may be, but I don't think so. Jefferson? Where? I don't... Let me see. Is that Virginia, Pete, or Tennessee? Jefferson, Tennessee's... I can't be talking about that. It doesn't say there was a... Jefferson, Tennessee? Really? Oh, Jefferson County. I don't know if that's a big difference or not. Okay, so that's where Jefferson City is. Jefferson City, Tennessee. Yep, that is not in a severe anymore. All right, well, thank you, mods, for on chat. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this urgent coverage. Urgent coverage was initiated today for the 2% tornado risk that ended up warranting 3+ tornado warnings at the same time from the National Weather Service. Urgent coverage was also warranted due to a significant tornado threat today in portions of eastern Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky. I appreciate everybody for tuning in today. I appreciate the over 1,000 people that you guys have helped me reach, the 77 likes we've achieved. This is our most viewed live stream in over a month. There will not be any outro because this is a urgent live stream that, once again, is now coming to conclusion. Again, thank you, mods, from on chat. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and being here today. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and then probably once again Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Lucky, thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and say bye.
Bye, chat.
And I will catch you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Have a great rest of your night. Stay safe.